Hey there, welcome to the Healthy Vibes podcast. I'm Kelly Renato, and I thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I know how valuable time is, and I appreciate you spending it here on the podcast. Today, I want to talk about moms, and I want to talk about our mental health and how very often we're carrying an invisible load that we don't talk about or we don't feel strong enough to admit to or talk about. We like to say that we're fine all the time, or we've got it, or, I just got a lot going on, or it's just a busy season. And I want to acknowledge, because I'm very careful when I say, a lot of us, when we say the word mental health, because there's very serious and conditions and people that really need help. I feel it's a big topic in this world. And sometimes it goes hidden because it's not as obvious. People hide it well. But I want to talk about it on just the level of many of us that just don't have a healthy mind or don't feel good. And it is our mental health, because our health consists of our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health. We have a lot of components to it. And our mental health is the health of our mind, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel in our life, how we feel with other people, how we approach life, how we talk to ourselves. There's a lot that goes on inside our mind. And I want you to know, first of all, because many of us feel it, and I've been there, that it's okay. We all feel this way often, but you should do something about it. And if you feel that, I'm not as bad as someone else is, I don't really need to see someone, I just don't feel like myself, I don't feel great. And that's okay, but that's when you start doing things to help you to feel better. You don't have to go day to day not feeling great or not feeling good about yourself, or maybe you are pulling away from the social circles or friendships or family, or maybe you're just really exhausted all the time. Whatever it is you're feeling is normal. It's okay. But if you think, I'm capable, I'm getting my stuff done, I'm okay, that's okay. But you can still do things now that make you feel better before it could get worse. You never know the way life is, if you're not physically taking care of yourself too, or spiritually. Whatever it is, if you're not feeling your absolute best, is my point, then start doing small things to help you feel better. For most of us, for many of us, there's just small things we can start doing that will make a shift in how we're feeling. And yes, if it's really bad, absolutely you should see someone. If you don't know who to see, reach out to me. I'll help you find someone. Ask someone, look someone up, start seeing someone. That is absolutely okay, necessary, and super important. We have to, as moms, take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves first, because if we don't, then we're not going to be able to take care of everyone else. So first, just acknowledge what you're feeling. It's very relatable to many of us that we feel like we're carrying maybe more than we can handle, even though we're making it through every day. We're showing up every day just like we need to, but we're not feeling great. We're running on empty. We're exhausted by the end of the day. We're not enjoying the day-to-day like we used to. I know that when I had my first child, I definitely felt a little different after. I enjoyed it very much, but I could tell that I had changed. And it was a lot of, how I felt around people, how I felt about myself. And it was my mind. It was my mental health. Because physically, I was back to exercising. Overall, I was eating, decent. I had friendships. I had, good family, all of those things. But I could tell I was different. And I should have addressed my mind then. And maybe I started a little bit then. But after my second one, I feel like it took me even further into a darker place. And I did climb back out of it, but I feel that if I had addressed it more when I first felt it, I might not have fallen as far the second time. So my point is, we think that mental health or, people that aren't feeling good about themselves, sometimes it's not us. It's a more serious. People have much more serious problems than we do. But if you're not feeling good or you're not feeling like yourself or you just feel that the load is too much, start addressing it. It's okay to start addressing it. I feel that we all have bad days and we all have, hard seasons, but we have to take care of not only our physical self, but also our mental health and not just dismiss it. So what I did, I remember when I felt that way, I didn't tell that many people. And it's funny, I did have, fortunate for me, one or two friends that I confided in and I talked about, and I was very, very, very fortunate. And I confided in my husband. And I believe that was a big help to me, even though it took me a long time to bounce back because I really wasn't sure what I needed to do. When I look back on it now, it's a little more obvious, but obviously, once you've gone through something, you look back and you see there's more out there now too. People check things more, talk about things more, and aren't dismissing this as much. So what I would first say to you to do is just acknowledge it. And stop just feeling the pressure to be fine, be strong, not complain, and start deciding how you're going to start one thing at a time, taking better care of yourself. And these aren't big things. If it's just start with the small things first, just to make a difference. For me, it was finding quiet time in the day somewhere to pray more, read a devotion, practice gratitude. Gratitude practice was huge for changing what my mind was feeling. And every morning, my quiet time was in the morning because that worked. I got up earlier than my kids. I just got up 20 to 30 minutes earlier, and that was my time. And I wrote what I was grateful for. I read a devotion. I said my prayers. I sometimes had a book I was reading. I just spent quiet time just gaining clarity. That's what I needed. I needed to gain clarity to why did I feel the way I felt? What was going on? So that was the first thing I did. I had confided in a couple of friends. So then at least the elephant in the room went away. Because a lot of times when we have no one to talk to about it, it just feels so heavy. So if you have someone, talk to them. Reach out to me. Send me an email. Third, vitamin D was huge. I was completely depleted of vitamin D, which is crazy. I think we don't think about it, but they don't test for it. So ask your doctor, get a test for vitamin D. But you can start taking a vitamin D supplement. But I took much more than they said. Now they make supplements and I find them with 5,000 IU. But talk to your doctor, get a blood test and ask them, tell them what you're feeling and push them to get you a vitamin D test. Push them to get more than just the basic test. So I started finding quiet time for journaling, faith, prayer, clarity. I talked with a friend. I started taking vitamin D. I asked my doctor for a bigger blood test, more extensive blood test. So I became aware and I got honest with myself. Then I started taking action. One step at a time, one simple step at a time. Because you don't have to be in crisis mode to get support and make change. If you just don't feel great, start making change. It's okay. And I think that most of us can always feel a little bit better. And if you're already doing these things, then what's the next step? Are you exercising? Are you setting good boundaries, saying no? So those are the other two really big things that I started. But it was hard for me to do those before I was doing my quiet time. Because my quiet time helped clear my head and I found that clarity that told me I needed to say no and set boundaries. I also got back into exercising because, when you have a baby at the beginning, for the first, however long you can't, but just walking with the baby in a stroller. That's what I started doing. Walking with the baby in the stroller, just easy until I could do more, and just did more as I could do more. So finding quiet time, we all need it. We don't get enough, especially when we have little kids running around. Find quiet time. Morning, night. If you can do it in the morning, it's a great way to start your day. For prayer, for devotion, for Bible, for gratitude practice. Quiet. Stick it in there. It doesn't have to be long. Talk to a friend. Find someone you can talk to and be honest with. Email me if you want. Just someone you can open up to and know that what you're feeling is normal. It's okay. It's a lot. Having kids in this world today, a lot of times we're taking care of parents, ourselves, maybe working, our husband, our household. There's so many things. And even if all is going well, it's a lot. And then you add maybe something not going well, like an older kid going through something, a younger kid, a husband, a job layoff, a parent being sick, whatever it is. So it's okay. So be aware. It's okay to get support and start taking one step at a time. And just start reflecting on what you're feeling. Like you're taking these steps. Are you feeling different? Think about it. And that to me helps you realize, because with me, it was a small shift. It wasn't like one day I felt terrible, the next day I felt great. It was small little glimpses of light that I would see. And I'm like, okay, I felt like I had a little bit more joy today. I felt like I had a little more peace. I didn't feel as overwhelmed. I felt like I wanted to see someone today. There were little bits of light that I wasn't seeing before. So then I just kept doing it and compounding it. I made my morning routine longer. I did my gratitude practice longer. I prayed longer. I went for a longer walk. I added some weights. I had coffee with a friend. I went to a play date. And that's when I started setting boundaries with things that were draining me, saying no to the groups that were draining me and not making me feel good. You have to know and start paying attention to what fills you up and what drains you, because that's huge. And once we know what fills us up, get more and more and more of that. It seems obvious, but when you're busy, when you're in that pressure of the mommy world and what everyone's doing and the comparison, it's really easy to get sucked into doing what you don't want to do or what is not filling you up. And that to me is huge, to really pay attention to what's filling you up. What are you enjoying? And, it can be for the kids too. You have to help them decide, because they might think that everything sounds fun, but you really got to decide what fills all of you up and what doesn't. And that's important. And then you got to check on yourself. Keep checking on yourself, whether it's daily, every few days. How are you feeling? How's it going? Am I feeling better? Am I seeing light? Am I not? Just assess it. If you need to talk to someone more serious, do it. Take the action. It is okay. But take care of yourself. It's so important. And I feel if you go back and listen to so many of my podcasts, all of the topics in one way or another are helping you feel better and be healthier and live your best life. Whether it's your mental health, your physical health, your social health, setting boundaries, your spiritual health, all of it matters. And it's one good choice at a time. So start with these. And then if you feel like you're doing good at those, maybe there's more to say no to. Maybe there's another boundary to set. Maybe there's a group exercise class you want to get involved in, a pickleball group, a tennis group. Maybe there's something different you want to do. So one step at a time, but just start. Whatever you're feeling now, if it's not your absolute best, start taking better care of your mind and of your health. And be compassionate with yourself and kind to yourself and gentle, because these are normal feelings. Not only do we change when we have kids and our life changes, but your body, your physiology changes inside. You've had a kid, your hormones change, everything changes. So you want to do the things that give you more of the good stuff inside, more of the stuff that makes you feel joy, feel clarity, feel good energy. And these choices are what brings that to us. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, because I just want to remind you, you don't minimize what you're feeling, because you don't have to be completely falling apart to start taking care of yourself. You don't have to keep proving how strong you are by not saying anything. You're being strong by taking care of yourself, and then you're going to be stronger. That's what's amazing. The better you feel, the more you take care of your mind, you're going to be stronger. So don't only encourage yourself, but think about other moms that you're around, other moms that might be feeling exactly what you're feeling. And sometimes it's things that we don't even think about. It's just being irritated all the time, emotionally numb, racing thoughts. Maybe you just feel disconnected, or you're always on edge, or just a little bit of low anxiety. And just because everybody's feeling it doesn't mean it's healthy. It just means it's common. But you can improve those feelings. So don't minimize the fact that those are just normal, because a lot of times those can grow into bigger things, more anxiety, more depression, which is what happened with me, health issues, burnout. The other time I let it go, it resulted in shingles. So my point is, don't minimize what you're feeling. And even if you think you can handle it, if you're not feeling great, like I said, constant overwhelm, irritable, snapping too much, a little bit of anxiety, not as much joy as you used to, start making different choices. And don't feel guilty, like I should be fine, I shouldn't feel this way, or what are people going to think? Who cares? Think about your kids, think about your family, and just think about taking care of yourself. A lot of times, maybe we think we don't have money for a counselor, we don't have time for that. Whatever it is, or sometimes you just don't know what to do. I'm telling you, yes, you can start by talking to someone immediately if you can. Make an appointment, talk to someone, go to your doctor, get a blood test, ask for the vitamin D. Those are big things that absolutely you can start right now. But if for some reason you feel like you can't, start with a morning routine. Start walking. Talk to a friend. Talk to your spouse. Get outside. Get fresh air. Vitamin D. Start taking a vitamin D supplement now if you can. If you have no reason not to, if you're unsure, like I said, make an appointment with your doctor. But talk to someone you trust. Have coffee with someone that brings you pure joy. We all have someone you can think of, even if you don't know them that well, that makes you laugh, is easy to be around, is enjoyable to be around, has asked you for coffee before, but you've said no. Think of that person and just start one of those things this week. And I promise, one by one will compound on top of each other. So just start. Because we all can usually feel just a little bit better. So stop carrying around the invisible load, saying you're fine when you're not feeling your best. Get up a little bit earlier tomorrow. Spend time by yourself in a morning routine with gratitude and prayer. Go for a walk with your kids if you can, or just sit outside. Find something to laugh about. Talk to someone you trust. Pick one or more of those things to start. And I promise it'll start shifting little by little, because I want you to feel more joy than you're feeling today, more clarity, more strength to say no and set a boundary. So thank you so much for being here. And I pray you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.